Great. I'm here at the moment with Shamiso Mupara from Zimbabwe, and we're giving you a quick update on today. So there's some interesting news coming out. The total of all the pledges made so far might keep global warming to something like 1.9 degrees, to just below 2 degrees. Now there's a lot of reasons why that might be a little too optimistic. And we're going to be talking next week about some of the accountability of governments to those pledges. But for the moment, that seems to have produced a little bit of a sense of optimism that we've moved forward here even in the last 3 days. Today, the topic for today is around energy transition to renewable energies. And what a lot of people are talking about is a just transition. Someone said to me earlier today that a transition without justice at its heart would be an unjust transition. What's interesting is that transition to renewable energy looks very different for different parts of the world. We have our own debates about coal mines and oil fields in the North Sea here in the UK, but in Zimbabwe, energy systems are completely different. So there's great dependence, isn't there, Shamiso, on both coal as a source for electricity and also on fuel wood for communities. So if we were looking in terms of just transition for your communities in Zimbabwe, what would the issues be there? What are people needing?
I think first of all, a just transition is a move or a process that will include a lot of resources being channeled to move to green energy. You can't work up and close a coal mine because there are cities, there are communities, there are families that are dependent on that coal. There's a whole country that also wants electricity that is being generated thermally. So a just transition for a Zimbabwean community would mean a move or creating jobs for all the families that are dependent on coal into solar energy or into biogas. That's number one. Number two, we still have rural communities that use firewood for cooking. There is no electricity in those communities. Solar is actually still too expensive for them, and most of the solar that we have in Zimbabwe does not cook at all. So for a just transition for such a community is actually the reduction in deforestation rates and the increase in reforestation rates. We need the resources to make sure that more trees are planted than those that are being cut.
So really different issues in Zimbabwe, and for countries like Zimbabwe, a just transition is going to require a lot of external money and investment. Just finally, a prayer point for today, I think, would be around loss and damage. We've got meetings on loss and damage taking place just in a few minutes' time. So pray that we can get some movement on that. And Shamiso and I were talking about loss and damage earlier, and you can find that report on our Twitter feed. That's all for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.